1 or 5? But what about 10 products? But hold on. What about 10 products? Okay, today we're going to be talking about how many products you need in your skincare routine. So we're going to be comparing 1 product versus 5 products and versus 10 products. But before we get into this video, head to caseyskin.com and sign up for our newsletter so you get notified when we release the second edition of the C Soother Cream. Now right off the bat, you may be thinking 1 is definitely far too little and 10 is overkill. But keep on watching because you're going to be surprised. Now if you're watching this video, you probably know that feeling, and that is that you tried loads of products from inexpensive to luxury, but somehow yet none of them have worked. And you've seen this in the form of skin irritation, acne, and dull or dehydrated skin. Now this is not the answer to the video, but sometimes less is more for your skin, and usually bombarding it with products is typically not the best way to do your skincare, and you'll see why. So say hello to the one-step skincare routine, and we're going to be going with a moisturizer. Usually any university guy, this is a go-to skincare routine. So we're sticking with the moisturizer for the one-step skincare routine, but also the occasional SPF application if you go outside and it's sunny. So let's talk about it. So using only a moisturizer and SPF when going outside for about 4 to 6 weeks could have the ability to actually hydrate and nourish your skin. And all you need to do is find the moisturizer that works for your skin. Now, whether that's Casey Skin or it's another brand. But the important thing to remember is moisturizer is a great protector for the skin. So it helps with stressors from the environment like pollution, all that dirt and all that stuff. It can improve your skin tone and therefore help your texture. But not only that, it can help you achieve that dewy skin look that you've probably seen all over to a certain extent. And I think the one-step moisturizer skincare routine was my go-to in my early teen years, especially when I had acne. Alright, now obviously a one-step skincare routine is most likely better than not using any products for your face. But now let's move on to the 5-step skincare routine. And this one, it can depend on what the actual 5 products are, but for sure they will include a cleanser or a cleansing balm, a toner, an exfoliator, or at least a form of exfoliation, hyaluronic acid, which pairs perfectly with moisturizer, and also, obviously knowing me and this channel, a SPF. And this one is SPF 50. Now with the addition of these 4 extra products, so the exfoliator or serum, the cleanser, it's a pretty good balance of skincare, and it's probably the routine suitable for the most amount of people because you can sort of mix and match the products you want to use to target whatever concerns you have. So whether it's acne, dehydrated skin, an uneven texture, pigmentation, and the list goes on. And this is also the skincare routine I use. Also, the important thing to remember with all of these skincare routines is to stay consistent. Although I do like to try a lot of products, and I do end up trying a lot of products. So I'll start out with the cleanser. The toner I don't really use as much. Then I'll move to the serum, so I'll use hyaluronic acid. So in the day I may also use vitamin C, and in the night I'll use retinol, but I do usually alternate with hyaluronic acid as opposed to vitamin C. So cleanser, hyaluronic acid, eye cream, then moisturizer, and as a cherry on top, SPF. Also to clarify, these 5 steps are either for a morning routine or a night routine. So it'd be 5 steps in the day, 5 steps in the night, which could sound like a lot, but when you're actually doing the skincare routine, it takes max 5 minutes. And that is why I go for it. Okay, next up we have the 10-step skincare routine. Now, number 1, you may be asking who has the time for that? And number 2, you may be asking who has the money for that? But sometimes you gotta pay that price for glass skin. Now, the 10-step skincare routine is the most comprehensive of all the skincare routines, as you can imagine, and it's usually believed to help with the optimal skin health. So as you can imagine, this skincare routine will involve a double cleanse with a water-based cleanser and an oil-based one. Now, this is just a typical foam up one, and this one, if you've never had an oil-based cleanser or a cleansing balm, it's exactly what you'd imagine, and they tend to smell quite nice, and this one is no different. So moving off the cleansers, we have the exfoliator. Now there are loads of exfoliators. You have physical or chemical. So chemical would involve using a serum, which also does include a retinol, and the purpose of all these forms of exfoliation is simply to remove the dead skin cells from the skin. So those are examples of chemical exfoliators, but then you also have physical ones, and those are the ones you'd physically scrub on your face, and those can also sometimes double up as a cleanser. Then of course we have the toner, and there are also loads of variations of this one, and the main aim is to balance the pH of the skin. Following that, we have the essence, similarly to a moisturizer and hyaluronic acid. This is meant to hydrate and nourish the skin. And this I've incorporated fairly recently into my skincare routine. On to the next step, and that would be a sheet mask. And this is going to do for our sheet mask today. Now personally, I think these look a little creepy, but once again, its benefits are to give that skin that extra bit of hydration and nourishment. You do feel like you get very visible and instant results after taking them off. Moving on from the face mask, we have the eye cream. Now, if you've bought a lot of eye creams, or if you happen to see a lot of them, you know they love to come in these small size packages, and they don't even cost any less. Now, this step is definitely not mandatory, although it is nice depending on the eye cream that you have, but it is a nice addition, and a crucial step of the 10-step skincare routine. Now, after the eye cream, we have the moisturizer to seal the deal. This one obviously being Casey Skin. I love lightweight moisturizer, but not too lightweight to where it doesn't feel like it works. Now the moisturizer, as said before, it's meant to hydrate and protect, and you really can't go wrong with applying a moisturizer. And quick tip, it's best to apply a moisturizer to damp skin so that you maximize the absorption. And last but not least, we have the sunscreen. And actually just did a video on how important this is, but not only sunscreen, but also protective clothing and the difference it makes, even to the point of blocking certain areas of the body with clothing and other parts of the body like the arms not blocking them. Now we come to the end of the 10-step skincare routine, but the 10-step skincare routine is not just a 10-step skincare routine because it goes by other names and is popular in Korean skincare, and what it helps give you is glass skin. Now the 10-step skincare routine uses obviously loads of products, and this is to address a bunch of skin concerns. And these skin concerns will be tailored to you, whether it's acne, dullness, dry skin, hyperpigmentation, but the 10-step skincare routine usually covers most of these anyway. But the most important thing to take away from this video, it's not the number of steps you have which determine the effectiveness of the routine, but selecting the right product for you to address your skin type, but also your concerns. But that's all for the video, and don't forget to turn on post notifications because I'll be posting more frequently now. And if you have any video ideas you'd like to see, put them in the comments, and I'm gonna go do my nighttime skincare routine.